Okay.
You're live on YouTube right now.
Hey everyone, how are you?
Hey
We
Donna,
are
you're
here.
gonna have to turn the other YouTube thing off because it's gonna chime back every time. Do you have YouTube open, Donna? Huh? Do you have YouTube open somewhere? If you have YouTube open, it's gonna double. You have to use just use Zoom until the show's over. Trust me, it'll be there.
Yeah. Hey everybody. Hey everyone, we are live here recording tonight on Zoom, Donna Smith Show, also on YouTube. Bear with us. We are taking this to a whole different level. I would welcome your feedback and anything as far as your experiences with this evening. But thank you for joining in. At this moment, we'd like to welcome everyone. You know how we do. We sit up, we talk about real, live situations, conversations, and we do have a couple on the panel tonight that is joining us. And I'd like to, first of all, I'd like to say happy birthday to me because I just had my birthday, just had my party, just had my celebration, and it all went good. So I just wanted to tell you guys that, okay? Happy birthday to me. Now, on that note, I want to ask Ron and Ben to unmute yourself, please. Okay. This evening, you guys, we do have a guest on the show, which is Benjamin Smith, and his business is Royal Tadashi Dynasty. And he has a lot of good information he wants to share with us in regards to investments, insurances, and touch a little bit on Bitcoin. For those of you who are new to the knowledge of Bitcoin or just want to get a little bit more insight. So I'd like for you to welcome Mr. Benjamin Smith. Ben, tell us a little bit about your business.
Hey, how y'all doing? So my business itself is financial education, but I dabble in a few other investment platforms with Bitcoin as well as real estate, and mostly trying to secure family's wealth. That's my biggest thing.
Okay, that's good stuff. So when you say securing the family's wealth, can you give an example of that? Uh, what type of information can you bring to us in regards to helping out the family unit as far as, insurances, investments, or anything on that level?
Well, a lot of times when I deal with insurance in itself, I go on to something called how money works. So to understand your wealth and your wealth building, you have to have understanding or expertise compounded for you how you use money. I'll come in and teach you how money works, and then from there we go to a personal financial checkup. So you really understand where you at financially. Sit down, have a one-on-one about your goals and stuff and things you're interested in doing. And then we come up with a game plan. You know, you have to know what your number is. Everybody needs a plan. So that's kind of how that works. That's how you secure your wealth, is to know exactly what's going on, understand what you need to generate money, and then be able to lock everything in so you're able to take care of you and your families from the time that we get started until in the future we had to retire, or if anything happens.
Okay, yeah, that's some good information. A lot of the younger families, I would say, in the younger age realm, they are a little skeptical about investing because they don't really understand the dynamics. They don't look at the full picture always, the bigger picture, because they're so young and investing, especially in insurances and stuff, and the cost factor. So would you say it's extremely expensive for someone to get started with particularly insurances, investing in that realm? Is it an expensive investment, or is it affordable?
Well, what I would say to anybody most of the time is, when you get ready to invest in your insurance policy and stuff, you get out earlier, you're able to get your rates lower. The older you are, the closer you are, basically going to see Jesus. That's what I'll call it. If they know that you're 50 or you're 60 years old and you're trying to get insurance, they know if I give you a 20-year plan, it's more likely that you will not make it that 20-year, as opposed to somebody who's 20 years old. It's a lot more likely that you will make it to 40 years old. So they gauge your insurance policy on your age. So the earlier you get an insurance policy, the better you are.
The earlier, yeah,
so the rates are a lot cheaper. That's what I tell you. It's cheaper when you're younger. They're more expensive when you're older.
The audience can hear you, because it's like we have a lot of little feedback going on in the background that I'm hearing. Are you hearing? Is it sounding okay on your end?
I hear the feedback.
You hear the feedback, Ron?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly on my end.
It's like some double feedback. Like, is anybody? Yeah, it's just a double feedback.
Yeah,
like
yeah. I've been hearing that as well. Well, Ben, I see that. So you're saying that it's something that can be worked out in regards to the needs of the family. So it's not just a flat rate of investment. It depends on what the needs of the family is, as far as how much they would like to invest in something like that. Correct?
Well, I would say insurance is not an investment; it's a necessity. Anybody that don't have it, you're in trouble of your family being in danger every day you don't have insurance. So, like, say for instance, these people that a lot of people are dealing with COVID right now. That was an unexpected situation. If they had a one income household, and the main breadwinner passed away, now what are you guys left with? You're left with nothing. So you have to think in your mind all the time with this, is that if you don't shore this up now, you're going to have a problem. And also, it's people that have different income levels. Nobody is It's some people that may make $1 million a year. They need more insurance to cover their life, as opposed to somebody that's making 60,000 a year or 70,000 a year. So you can't insure somebody one size fit all, because some people are more ahead than others. You may be trying to insure your child or anything like that. So yeah.
So would you say that it has a, I get that as far as the income range and the investment needs of each individual. Um, so if someone wanted to start off with investing in type of insurances that your business do cater to, is it home insurance, life insurance? Um, what type of insurances do you provide, or is it just any type of insurance?
Most of the time, what we're talking about when you say securing your wealth is usually your life insurance. That's really securing everything in your household, because that secures you. Like if you're a business, they have something that's called a key employee insurance. So what that does is, which actually Warren Buffett, that's kind of how he made a lot of his money, is that he had key insurance on a couple of his CEO, his key employee, and when they passed away, he got a real big chunk of money. He was able to invest that money and move to the next level.
Okay.
So you have to think of yourself as a CEO. So when you're dealing with your insurance policies, you, like the father and the mother in the household, if anything happens to them, they're securing the life of their kid. It's the same way with a business.
Okay, I get it. And I want to apologize to the watching audience. The audio is a kind of skippy. I hope you can really get what Mr. Smith is saying. At the end of the show, we will leave some information of how to contact him and his business if you would like to speak further. Another aspect outside of insurances, Ben, is in regards to the Bitcoin that's going on. What can you share with us regarding Bitcoin for someone who say that's new to how all this goes and works? What advice would you give them?
Well, Bitcoin is the new way of doing things. So it's money around without having to go through a bank. So you get on the blockchain moves the money around. So I say, for instance, banks are set up for a time period. Banks are open 8, 9 hours, maybe 10 hours a day. Well, the Bitcoin, the blockchain is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you're able to buy into the blockchain, get the currency that you want to send over to somebody else and send it. So it makes everything a lot faster, a lot easier for you without having to have a bank account. Bitcoin is more than one coin. It's probably 300 or 400 different coins, but some coins are higher in what they use. Like Bitcoin itself is a cryptocurrency, and that's like one of the most popular ones. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then they got DeFi coins, things of that nature. So it's a lot of different ones that you can deal with, and it allows you to move money from one place to another. So if you got a platform that you're saving on, a platform you're working off of, you're able to take that money, bring it out of your checking account, send it over to a wallet, and then send it to a place that you want to invest in. And, it makes it a lot easier for you.
So it's primarily it's about those who want to move money around per se instead of an investment thing?
Well, Bitcoin has two different ways of doing it. It has you can move money from one platform to another, or you can keep the Bitcoin in your wallet. Like right now, like somebody that had say they had $1,000 in their Bitcoin wallet in September, the beginning of September. If they would have left that $1,000 in there, probably right now it would be $3,000 or $4,000 that they would have right now because Bitcoin has moved up so much. But when you get the Bitcoin and transfer it over to another platform, you're not able to get that growth. The growth is not involved. So if I took $100, I turned it over to Bitcoin and I transferred it over to say a site like right now one's real popular. It's called Daisy. I send $100 to Daisy.
Called Daisy.
Daisy, yeah, that's
Okay.
yeah, just one that went live probably about 5 days ago. So you
Okay.
put your money into Daisy, and it stays in that platform. That $100 will stay $100. It's not gonna change. When you cash out of that platform, say you cash out for $100. When it gets back to you, it's still gonna be $100. It's not gonna be $100 plus whatever Bitcoin was doing. It's not that. It's not like that. So either you can straight up invest in Bitcoin, like in the straight Bitcoin, or you can transfer money over. You don't get to get both. It doesn't
You can
work like
transfer
that.
money over from somewhere else to Bitcoin, which is that the same thing I hear stuff about
No,
Coinbase.
no, Bitcoin. Coinbase is a wallet.
Oh,
So
okay.
wallets are what you can connect to your bank account, and you can take money out of your bank account and put it into that wallet, and then you convert it over into Bitcoin or Tron or Ethereum. That's what wallets are. It's a lot of them. It's Coin Mama
Okay.
and Gemini and Exodus. It's a lot of different wallets that allow you to connect them to your bank account, take them out your bank account, and transfer them over and convert them.
So I hear a lot of people are getting more and more involved with this because is it an investment opportunity where the interest is grows higher than banks per se? People are seeing more return on their money as far as interest. Is that why it's this big old hoo-ha about Bitcoin nowadays? And would you
Yeah,
recommend that people get into that, invest into that?
yeah, they do. They have different platforms. So like I said, Daisy is connected to it's like a smart platform. And so that means nobody is in control of the money coming in and out of it. Your wallet is connected to it. But a lot of times they come with percentages. You might get 2 or 3% on your money per week. Some platforms were offering 10 or 50, to like the most I've seen is 10% per day. So you say
Wow,
you
that's
put
a
your
lot. That's a lot.
yeah,
Hmm.
but you 10% per day. That means your money is coming back to you, but it's a maximum. So this one was like 10% a day, maximum of 150% sent back to you. So if you put $100 into that platform, you would get $250 back in like 2 weeks. A lot of them now are really doing like 20-25% a month type thing. So if you put your $100 in, you would get like $30 or $40 back that month, but that would still be just eating into your money. So you wouldn't be into a profit mode until probably 2 months or 3 months down the
Until
road.
your money starts to build up. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that kind of stuff.
Wow. So that's really interesting. I'm hearing that some people are having a difficult time getting their money out. once they money start to grow and you know, okay, you decide, okay, I want to, I want to withdraw. They're having issues behind this. Do you think that's geared towards this thing is not quite right? Or is it just learning more about the ins and outs? Or is it just risque business? When you invest in anything, you take a chance, right?
Yeah, you do, but if so, some of the platforms do things different ways, and it is an investment. Investments are things that you're taking a risk on. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're making 10, 15% on your money per month, a lot of people will take that risk, because if you invest in 4 or 5 different platforms, you may have one platform or two platforms that are not that great, but the third and fourth platform is paying you crazy money. So
Mm-hmm.
you're able to put a couple of thousand in and generate those thousands into 5 or 6 thousand, and then continue to build from there. So some platforms have, they've changed the process, but most platforms are liquid. They give you your money, they stay with you. It's with anything. It's not regulated like FTC. It's not that kind of stuff. So you just have to do it like that.
Mm. Nice. Good information. Good information. So, Ben, if anybody wanted to contact you, your business again, let me get that right. Royal Tadashi Dynasty. How would they
Yeah.
be able to contact you regarding more information as far as investments, insurances? Is insurances the only type of investment opportunities you have there, or do you have a larger scope of other things that you could talk to somebody individually about?
Yeah, I'm involved in real estate as well. Different types, tax deeds, tax liens, regular real estate deals, option stuff, um, as well as the insurances to take care of yourself and investing in cryptocurrency and investing in other deals. So yeah, I have a gamut of things, but yeah, financial education is really something I enjoy. But if you want to get in contact with me, my fan page on Facebook is Transformation X with an X exchange. So it's Transformation Exchange, and my site that I deal with mostly is abundancecashclub.com. That's abundancecashclub.com. And also, you can
Okay.
get in contact with me too on um, what Zach Maria 0801 at gmail.com. That's Zach ZACH Maria MARIA 0801 at gmail.com. That'd probably be the easiest to get in contact with me
Okay.
right now.
If you can give us that information one more time for the listening, watching audience, Transformation X, the letter X, change. I got
Yeah.
that. And then abundance cash,
AbundanceCashClub.com.
abundanceclashclub.com.
Cash, cash,
And what was
cashclub.com.
the last part you said? The email,
Zach, ZACH Maria, MARIA 0801 at gmail.com. That's Zach Maria 0801 at gmail.com.
okay. And the transformation X change, that's on Facebook, right? Or is
Yes, it is.
okay, great. Just so everybody will be able to reach out to you. Well, I want to thank you for all that information and being a part of the show. You know what we do? We talk about grown folk topics. We always got something out there we want to share. Sharing is caring, and you know me, I like to talk about my little topics and my relationships and my this and my that. So we're gonna throw one out there right now. Ron is still with us, you, and we can just chime in and put a little something in on this. But you know, I want to talk about this because it is it's real, and it's something that is troublesome. You know, when you're in a relationship and it does not work and you have children involved. There's kids involved in this unit, and there's a breakup. And then with the breakup, you have the mothers who, and I'm going to use the example of the mothers who will badmouth the dads to the kids. So they have nothing good at all to say about daddy. He was no good. Papa was a rolling stone. He never did take care of y'all. I'm the one that was taking care of y'all. Boom, 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 boom. They go through this big old bashing of dad. And it's a bad thing because it puts a very confused, bad taste in the children's mouths and in their hearts and their minds. So what do you guys think about that? You think you know, what provokes a woman to even want to go there to make her kid's father, or we can even say both ways, or the father to make his kid's mother look bad? Because there's some women who leave the unit and the men badmouth the women. What do you think about that? One of y'all, it don't matter.
I, I, I mean, there's bad, crazy people everywhere. And anybody
Yeah.
do stuff like that, you probably either not over the relationship, so now you trying to like keep a hold on or make it bad for everybody, and that happens in males and females. I
So
mean,
it
the
could,
the
yeah, it
rumor
does
is
happen in males and females, and it
the
could
the
be
rumor
too
be
that
that the women do that. The rumor is that women, it never happened to me. I can't say, but from judging from me being a man, and what I hear from the stuff is the women, hold the kids from the man because the man got another girl and he don't want to deal with her. So the woman uses the child to get back at the man.
and that's a terrible thing, and that happens a lot. That happens a lot, and what people have to understand is it is it's a situation, and some of you out there can chime in and leave us a chat and let us know how you feel. Um, the kids are the ones who suffer when it comes to something like this. They suffer because they're in the middle, and they love mommy and they love daddy, but they are torn in the middle with not really understanding what's going on. Why does mommy hate daddy so much? Why does daddy hate mommy so much? And a lot of times I feel, me personally, is that a person still wants you. They still care about you. They still want to have that connection with you. So they go ahead on and try to badger you and make you look bad and this and that because of that. Usually once they move on and find somebody else, they ain't tripping.
Not
What's
well,
your
they just
take on that, Ben? I mean, Ron, go ahead.
oh no, I was gonna say, I don't I wouldn't say, I think sometimes it'd be like, misery like company. So, when they miserable, they try to make you miserable. So I mean, either way, man or female, I'm just saying that they misery like company.
Exactly.
That's one of them old things. So they be like, and sometime after
Misery
they get with
does like
somebody else,
company, don't it?
yeah, so somebody get,
Yeah.
even when they get with somebody else, and then they see that man or that female happy and stuff, they just, if they got that kind of stuff in them, they're gonna do it in their relationship and their friendships and they with their kids. They're gonna be that kind of person anyway.
Yeah.
So it just happened that's just who the hell they is. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Don,
Yeah.
I got like an emergency call coming over here. Y'all keep talking. I'm hope I'm gonna come
Okay,
back
we will.
on this other. I got one on the thing, but yeah, but that's what I got to say about that right there.
All right, real good. Thank you. And so, Ben, your take on that? What is your take on, why women, or men do this? Why do they demean, you know, the other parent once there's a breakup to the kids, in front of the kids? what's the reason behind this? What's the point? What does it resolve?
Because a lot of times when people are in relationships with people, they feel like they broke up with them for a reason. So a lot of times they're trying to prove that reason to be true by name calling that person or saying they're untrustworthy. They don't take care of their kids. They don't take care of their responsibility. So they're trying to justify in their mind why I broke up with these people and trying to justify that with other people. So they're trying to come up with a understanding for everybody to say, oh, this man is this. See, he was a cheater. He was a lie. He didn't take care of his kids. See, I was the better person. Which if if you made a decision to leave somebody, why would you be the one to start beating on them? It just don't make no sense. Now, if
Yeah.
you the one that they left, then I can see the bitterness. But after a certain point of time, you got to raise the kids. So let the kids be who they need to be to get done what they need to get done in their life.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, the kids are the ones who are the most important. They're the ones that the example should be set, from both parents, whether you can make it together or you can't, and it takes maturity. It takes, wow, a lot of wisdom. It just takes, you know, and some people are just messed up mentally. Some people mean well, but they do have mental things going on that keeps them from putting their best foot forward per se. But yeah, I think if people looked more at the bigger picture when it comes to that, why badmouth daddy? No. Why badmouth mommy? I mean, I didn't been in the middle of some really bad bashing things, and we both were really good people. But it's
I think
just it
I think
doesn't
Ben
make
had
any
it on the
sense.
head though. Ben had it, something that people probably really don't really think about. Ben, you was on that. Yeah, I'm about to go after this, but I want to co-sign what Ben said. Ben, you was right. A lot of people try to prove that I
Yes.
broke up with this mofo because this motherfucker pee stain or something. I just can't take this no more. So then when they separate and they see that other person living a different life or like that, they be like, well, I'm gonna tell you, yeah, yeah, but he's still this. And then they go into that little thing to prove their point that they was the better person in this thing. Ben, I'm gonna put
Yeah.
that in the song. That's exactly he right. That's two things. Either they just honorary people, and they like, well, you misery love company. Well, you ain't gonna be happy, and I know you love your son, so I'm gonna keep your son from you. Or this, I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna egg you since I can't get you no more. And the other probably piece of that is you probably 1% right. Like, look, I'm gonna prove I told you this motherfucker was crazy. I
Hmm.
told you this motherfucker was crazy. I'm finna. Oh, you don't believe you ain't see it,
They
but
want to
remember
prove it
this
to
and
the
that.
world, huh?
Yep, they got to prove that they ain't crazy. But anyway, y'all got to finish. I got to go. I got to really solve this right here.
Peace
This is
out.
about
Yeah,
the
we're
most
almost down
interesting.
to the wire here. We're gonna talk
Okay,
about one
cool.
more
So
little
y'all,
topic.
y'all have a good one. I got to bounce.
Okay,
Okay,
you
bye
too.
y'all.
Thanks.
All right. Peace.
All
Later.
right,
Yeah,
peace,
that's
peace,
some
peace, finger.
that's some very good feedback, Ben. And that's something for everybody to think about. And I love to get, I wish we had another lady on, but we will next week. That will be, I like to get both sides of the coin per se, because women always think a little different than the men, but that's some good stuff. But we're gonna talk about one more thing before we end tonight, and that's there's some people who have issues with it, and there's some who just think it's okay, it's cool. People are people. But what's your take on interracial relationships? Interracial relationships. When people fall in love with someone outside of their race and they are pretty much comfortable with it. They pretty much are comfortable with it, but you do have the reality from society and people who don't like that'll give you the snobby looks and give you the attitude, especially when you have some mixed babies. It's like, oh Lord, now they didn't mix up the pie, they didn't mix up the cake. What's your thought about that? I mean, does it really matter that you go outside of your race?
I don't have a problem with it if you're doing it for the right reasons. I've ran across a lot of people, even a guy I was working with that, and he happened to be a black guy, but that they're dating outside of their race because they feel like the women outside of their race is better than the women in their race. Now, when you are doing it that way, I don't think that's cool. But if you're organically in love with somebody, you like them, you love them, you sharing your life with them, you're not using them as, okay, this is my trophy because they're of another race. I mean, that's fine. I mean, me, myself, personally, that's not the route that I choose, you know, because of my makeup and what has been put into me as a child and educating with my family and stuff like that. That's not the direction that I would go because, you know, my sisters in my race are so beautiful and intelligent and you know, and I mean, there's nobody on the planet Earth that are like they are. I mean, I'm just keeping it real.
That's a beautiful compliment to my sisters out there. It
Yeah.
definitely is. And it,
I
and
mean,
it
but it's
makes
the
sense.
truth. You
I mean,
know, and
it's
when you get that power, is you know they have a lot more. I would say black people as a whole have a lot more mental issues going on, and it's because
hmm
society dumps a lot of their trash on them and expects them to deal with it. But when you have somebody that's in line and has a good mental mind and understands the things they need to do, it's the best it is. But to be,
hmm
I meet people that just dating people outside their race because my race is trash, so I need to date these. I mean, there's something else going on mentally with you to be thinking that.
hmm
That's what
You're
I was.
absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And it's to each his own. I particularly I'm not judgmental of it, but I know I love my black men. I love staying within my zone and my race. It's just something about the kings that they are, not to be disrespectful to anyone, but it's just my personal preference. And it's just a unique thing. But I feel that true love has no color. It has no, defining elements. It is what it is. It exists. And if you really do love somebody for the inner soul of who that person is, and you're connected spiritually, mentally, and heartfeltly, man, they could be a baboon. You
But
know
what
what I'm
about the
saying?
age thing though? Now, come on now. So do you think that, say for instance, a 55-year-old man need to be trying to date a 25-year-old? I mean, you know, now you can say that doesn't, but that age thing, I mean, because I know I've
Uh,
looked at a picture or two even recently, and you see these people age, they like 25 or they 22, and you like, man, that's pretty, but man, that's way way too young
Man,
to be
that's kind of digging too deep into that's like 30 years or something like that. I mean, that's 3 decades. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you could get with somebody that's a decade younger, or maybe, I say 8 years to a decade younger, okay, you could kind of probably be on the same wavelength, maybe just a decade off, just a couple of little situations. But you talk about 2, 3 decades, the mindset, the focus, everything is different, and you have to learn to adapt to just for one part, you want to think, well, what's wrong with them? They not using common sense. Why they don't see this shit the way I see it? No, they not even at the point that you are to see it the way your ass see it. You know what I'm saying? They still gotta grow and get through some hurdles and some dirt and some grass to be able to understand. And you can't get mad at them because they don't know yet. Women, they say women is a little bit more mature, 6 years or whatever or so than men their age. So a 25-year-old woman, she may be on a maturity level, most of them, not all of them, of a 30-some-year-old, early 30 woman. Especially if she has responsibility, she got kids, she's working, she got things that's making her in a more mature mindset. But he 55. You know what I'm saying? His music is different. His recliner chair hugs his ass a lot more than she want to be sitting in a recliner chair. And she probably want to have sex every day. He may or may not, you know what I'm saying? He want to get his nap on. He be girl 2-3 times a week is cool. I'm straight. And she young and she a firecracker. You think back to when we was in our 20s, even 30s. Women, they say our prime is in our 30s, men, y'all in the 20s. That stuff is off the chart. You want it 2, 3, 4 times a day as far as sex is concerned. So I'm not saying all men over 50, because there's some men over 50 and 60 that still got it going on. But, for the most part, people kind of get a little bit more relaxed with things as they get older. So why go back 3 decades? It makes no sense. She or he is gonna be fine, look good, skin is gonna
That
be
is.
good. They gonna, all
That
that's
is.
gonna be different. But why go? Why? What's the point? I think
It's still
people
that
have to
prime
make a
rib. You know how that booty sit up there when you in your 20s? Shoot. And them boobies you still sit up there all perky?
So it's definitely about a physical. It's a physical. It's a physical thing that makes people do what they do. But you know what? The thing about it is, as folks get older, things change.
Yeah.
Men are gonna lose their hair. Women are gonna lose their hair. Bellies is gonna form. The ass is gonna droop a little. Your manhood is gonna do some different things. I mean, things change, right?
Yep, yep, yep.
So you just enjoy that element of the time while it's all fresh and perky. I guess they go back in age to the youngsters because it's fresh and perky, and maybe that's a turn on for the older man. It helps him get more, into the groove of excitement with her, or her with him. Because now some women like the men 3 decades older than them, but then some say that they do that and looking for that because they looking for that father figure.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. I've
They
heard
looking for
that
that
too.
father figure in that older man.
That mean their daddy was a piece of crap. That's what you trying to say?
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they're looking for a father figure. And maybe, it could be their father passed away when they were young. They never had that nurturing and that warmth of a daddy around. Maybe mama was a single parent. I mean, it could be a lot of reasons why she's looking for that daddy figure.
Well, people call folks daddy and mama now. So if you 50 years old and she 20, would you be now? Okay, say you whatever age you are, and you mess with it. Would you be okay with him calling you mama?
No, I don't want to be. No. Somebody told me one time, they said they said that they called this woman mama. They called this woman mama during a sexual experience, and she slapped the shit out of him because
Oh.
she got offended. She was an older woman. And he offended her by calling her mama, and he was just doing it as a hey mama, mommy, or whatever he was calling her. Get it, mama, get it, mama. You know what I'm saying? So she felt like, this nigga John, he playing. So she slapped him. And I'm
Type of way.
like, that's kind of serious. So you gotta be careful, of the words you use, I guess. You gotta just see if and the timing of when you use them.
Yeah, I
Because
guess so.
yeah, my advice is age is nothing but a number. Love has no, you can't define that connection based on age. I mean, the woman can be older, the man can be younger. It's okay. But when you go back 2, 3 decades, you're going to have the ride and surprise of your life. Because by the time that person matures and catches up to some kind of decent maturity, your ass gonna be too old to enjoy it.
Yeah, and and I would say that relationships get started in a certain way because so a person expects things to be a certain way. So if you get in a relationship with somebody that's in their 20s and you tolerate their stuff in their 20s, when they get in their 30s, when they get in their 40s, they still gonna be acting like they're in their 20s because that's what you did in the relationship. When you date
Exactly.
somebody that's more mature, more closer to your age, I think the relationship be more mature. If you messing with somebody in your 20s, in their 20s, and you 50, you expecting them to have a crippled type relationship. You know,
Exactly.
yeah. So
It is what it is, and
yeah,
you
and you
can
gonna
go ride
tolerate
it.
that because you like, this is the person I'm dealing with.
Yeah, and it takes a lot on both parts. It takes a lot for the woman and the man, whoever the age difference is, because it can be either way. The woman
Yeah.
can be older or the man can be older, and it's just that's a great hot topic. We're going to expound, get a little bit more into that maybe the next show. But I do want to let people know one more time. If you'd like to reach out to Benjamin Smith regarding any type of investment opportunities, real estate, and also he's very knowledgeable with the Bitcoin and things of that nature, please reach out to him at Transformation X, the letter X, Change. That can be found on Facebook, and also Abundance Cash. Did I get that one right?
Abundance Cash Club.
AbundanceCashClub.com. And then that last one, I'll have him say it one more time, Ben.
Is Zach ZACH Maria MARIA 0801 at gmail.com.
All right. So that's the information there from Benjamin Smith. I want to thank you this evening for being a guest on the Donna Smith Show. And I want to let you guys know that we do this every week at 6:30 p.m. on Sunday. And next week, I want you to join back in. We're going to have some more topics of discussion. Look for the link that's going to be out. And I will see you then. Take care. This is your hostess with the mostest. See you next time.